The easiest thing to do in life is to point fingers and say it's that person's fault. Making other people responsible for the things that are not going right in your life is the easiest thing you'll ever do in this life. On the other hand, the hardest thing you'll ever do is taking responsibility for your own life. And I think that's what's lacking in Kenya. Not just for the young people, everyone. It's almost like a pandemic. We have become a nation of activists. All of us want things to be done, but no one is willing to step up and say, I will take responsibility, I'll put in the work, I'll do the studying that's necessary to make sure things change. And I know this is true because you voted for an MCA, an MP, a governor, a senator, a women's rep, and a president. 6 positions. And the whole point of the 2010 Constitution was to delocalize things so that decentralize governance and also development so that people can begin to feel like the weight of the tax they're paying. And so that also opened many opportunities for business, for contracts, for jobs potentially, and for economic growth for everyone. But actually over 10 years in after the first decentralized government, nothing is happening. Nothing that can be felt, the weightiness of it. Instead, our medical systems are collapsing into themselves. Our educational systems are collapsing into themselves. If you speak to teachers, you'll realize that parents have stopped paying school fees to a greater extent. The parents are always promising that I'm waiting for this bursary, I'm waiting for this check from this MP, I'm waiting for this. No one wants to take responsibility for their children. It's the same thing when you get to the youth, the ones that are camping on the streets saying that there are no jobs. The truth is, the government's responsibility, the greatest responsibility of the government is to be custodians and administrators of your taxes and your other resources. So if you think of it like that, the government is not really going to create any jobs for you, because we have made it a culture that once you get into any government office, any MDA, the main thing you're going to do there is to work the books in such a way that you are able to steal from the people. So it's not about the president, because yes, there are no jobs, but there's something that you can do for yourself as you're waiting for the government to become better and create those jobs. You can't just sit around and hope. The people who are on the internet trying to make it seem like they know what the president should be doing. Mtu akona fuliza, akona okoa jahazi, akona all those, I don't even know what the other loans are. Hizo zote, like your life is a balancing act of debt. And it's not even debt. It's just small monies to cushion you from the reality that you are broke. Why don't you instead focus on that one thing, liberating yourself from brokenness? And then after that, after you have done that, that will give you confidence to address the next issue. Because let me tell you, we can keep camping on the streets to try and get the president out of State House, but which is almost near impossible to do. Because if you do that, you'll be touching more than just him. You'll be touching the British government, the American government, all those people who are really shareholders of this country. Because maybe you're going to inherit 10 acres from your father. There are people in this country who own millions of acres. I saw a report the other day that said one of those Emirati countries, they've almost leased the greater part of some county. I'll go and check and then I'll write it somewhere here. There are people who have actually put in time, money, every kind of resource to make sure they have a voice that matters in this country. Alafu wewe na hiyo degree yako yenye you probably drank and was high through half of your semesters in school. Umetoka huku nje, you cannot figure out even how to keep a roof over your own head. you're basically surviving on less than nothing. Alafu you want to teach the president how to do his job. That is not going to work. Because at the end of the day, each one of us is responsible for something. Before it becomes a national problem, it's a personal problem. I saw the news, I think was it yesterday, and I saw that there was a 12-year-old who unfortunately lost her life. Yes, it's a bullet that took her out, but all of us are responsible for her death. It was unnecessary. And it's because we're not having the kind of conversations that we should be having. We're not having the right conversations. The truth is the government, the most it can do is balance the budget that they have. Which is, let me tell you, if I'm being honest, is very little money. Because most of it is going to wages. Because one of the things that the government did, especially in Uhuru Kenyatta's government, one of the ways for creating job creation was inflating MDAs. So most of our money is being, a very big chunk of our budget is being spent on salaries. And it's the worst kind of salaries, not contracts, PNP. It means that person is there until they're 60 years. So let me tell you, if things are going to change here, it's not even the dialogue that Raila keeps saying. He's been here for all those years, 50 plus years in politics. There's nothing he's done that is worth looking at for this country. That dialogue is not going to work. Because let me tell you why. At the end of the day, it's still you and I that are in this country. It's still you and I. Ni mimi na wewe tu ndo bado. Sisi tu bado. We will feel some other discomfort na bado tutarudi streets na sema we don't even know what we're fighting about. Because if you emancipate yourself, your neighbor does it, then when you come together, you're in the right mindset and the right situation to change things. Because if the youth were financially empowered, they had the right knowledge, they knew what the Constitution says, really, we would not be being led around on a leash by GACHAGUA, the person who really just has a vendetta against his boss. And he knows that the day he shuts up is the day he loses most of what he calls his own. So for him, it's survival. For us, it's also survival. But if we can get to the point where we are economically empowered, we are, in our minds, we are right. We know what this country is about. We know where we want to take our country. We know what the kind of future that we want for our children. Then we can sit down and have the right conversations so that we can vote for the right MCA and vote for the right governor. If we have those two people right, we will not even need to fight to the national government that much. Because what comes to the county will be able to be managed right. We can vote for the right MP. MPs have a lot of money for CDF. Vote for the right women rep. Huh? They have a kitty as well. Vote for the right senator. I think they just passed in the other financial bill that you did not riot about for the senator to also be given oversight fund. Then from there, we can vote for the right president. The president will not need to take money from everyone to be elected, because we, the people, will be the people that are putting those people in office. And the person who funds the campaign is the person who gets a share of the cake after the people who are elected in office get in there. So let me tell you, this is not going to be as easy as RUTO must go. RUTO is not going anywhere. Let me just tell you. He's not. But you and I must change for things to change. Otherwise, we're wasting time, we are causing too much damage, and we are shedding unnecessary blood. All that blood is on all of our heads. When the earth is testifying, it's testifying against each and every single Kenyan.